Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show how to essentially make this part right here. Okay, this part is cracked, so the customer wants to remake this. And the customer has gotten this far. He's made a 2D drawing, which is really important, and it has all the proper dimensions and everything. And so this is really just demonstrations. I actually don't know the heights of all these different depths that we want to go here, but for purposes of just showing how to do it, I don't really need the critical depths. I'm just going to show how to go about doing this. So you could just stick with the 2D here and just make a few pockets and drilling instructions and kind of keep track of all the different depths yourself. But I much prefer to just extrude everything here and make it a 3D drawing. It really helps to minimize the risk of errors or problems. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're just going to first start off by modifying their drawing a little bit. Looks like he had the starting material here. We don't need that when we go to 3D. It's easier just to start with the part that we're going to create. So let's just go ahead and come over here and do an extrude and just click on this outside edge here. Okay, so that looks good. So now we're going to take this center piece out here, because if we look at the drawing here, clearly we don't have the entire center circle, and then these two smaller bolt holes here, and then this third even smaller bolt hole. So we will come over here to extrude again and just select those three items. And sometimes it's easier to turn off the last extrude so we can see what we're doing. Okay, something like that. Now that defaults to creating a new 3D object, so we're going to change this to subtract, and then that will subtract from the first extrude. Okay, and so now we're going to come over here and add one more extrude. We're going to grab this one on the inside here, and instead of, we'll again change it to subtract. Instead of going down the entire 25.4 millimeters, we'll just go down 20 millimeters. Okay, so we end up with something like that. That's just to give us, kind of another depth there. Okay, so now we're basically done with defining the part that we're actually going to create here. We're going to go ahead and select the starting stock real quick. Right now it just defaults to a rectangular piece. So I'm going to change it over to a circular piece. So we're going to go ahead and create a solid primitive and make it a cylinder. Okay, and over here we're just going to kind of guess on some of these dimensions. We'll make the diameter 75, say. It's going to have to be a little bit bigger than that, maybe. Okay, so we're going to change it to 90, something like that. And, well, we're kind of off-centered there. But we'll go ahead and just start off with that. That's probably okay. Okay, then the height, we're going to have to make that a negative number. So let's go ahead and go to negative 50. Okay, so we end up with something like that. Then I can just right-click on this and say Set as Starting Stock. Okay, and then turn this off, and now we can see that our starting stock is a round starting piece. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn that off. We don't need to show the starting stock. So now we're kind of done with the CAD part of it. Let's go ahead and save it. And we'll come over here to the toolpath. Okay, so we come over here and just insert a pocket instruction. And I'll pick, we'll do a 1/2 inch for the outside. And come over here to change to machine and just select the outside like that. Okay. Now you can see it has detected the starting stock, right? And it made the green area there is what it's going to pocket. So we selected kind of the outside here, so it goes from the outer starting stock material to the outside of our part to just kind of cut around the perimeter. And I can compile that, and you can see that's the toolpath that it generated there. Okay, so it's going to so we'll just go ahead and run a quick simulation around it, and you can just kind of see where the tool is going to go. And yep, so that all looks good. So now we're going to, in the same operation, I don't have to add another pocket or anything. We're just going to add on to this existing pocket. So we'll go ahead and select another chain. We'll just do this location right here. And now this should also give us a location in the middle. Okay. Okay, so that looks good. So now the last thing we want to do is just cut out the entire hole with this pocket. So we'll just go ahead and go all the way down to this bottom depth, and this will give us now another step. Okay. So we can come over here and just kind of see the 3 different levels or different pockets that are inside of this one pocket. And we can, if we want to just look at the toolpath for the last one, we can comment these out, and then we can see just this bottom toolpath here. Okay. Okay, so that all looks good. So we'll go ahead and put this all back in, and now we're kind of done with the pocket instructions. So let's go ahead and add some drill instructions to drill these 3 locations out. So we'll do, let's go ahead and use drill and tap. There's a couple ways to do this. We'll do drill and tap for now, and we'll pick the 10mm drill. And I don't think we're going to tap these, so we're just going to go ahead and comment out the tap. Okay, so we'll just select this location and this location. Okay, and now you can see it's going to just go to those locations and drill. It'll first do a center drill. It's going to pick tool number 3 for the center drill. So we have to change our tools around. We'd have to come over here and tell it that we're going to center drill first, and then the peck drill, select our 10mm, or whatever size it's supposed to be. I'm not too sure. And then the depth for the peck drill, we're going to have to change that to say -35 or something like that. Okay. So we can go ahead and simulate that. We should see our center drill come in and just touch it, and then the main drill come in and go all the way down to depth. Okay, so we're done with that. So we'll go ahead and comment that out and just insert another drill instruction and pick our 8mm drill for this one, and just this last location right here. Again, we don't need the tap, and we're going to have to set our center drill and find the air drill. And that's pretty much it. We still have to set a depth, so we'll go ahead and do the same 35mm there. So that's the entire toolpath there for this. Okay, hope that helps.